A lot of work happens at these. If there's agenda items on the committee meeting that you have input into, include a response to those in your meeting report. So this will make reports more detailed. It'll make the meetings a lot shorter. So if you've got on our committee meeting notices, we always put ongoing business. That means stuff that was talked about at the last meeting and that we don't know if it's been done yet or resolved. So we'll put that at the top of the meeting notice. If you know that, items 1.1, 1.2, 1.5 have all been dealt with, I would put that in your report. So these items, the quote was approved, the work was done, it all looked great, and we can close that item off. If you put that in your report, it'll show you across everything. It really adds a lot of confidence in the caretaker's knowledge of the site. And also it means at the meeting, we don't need to rediscuss that stuff, and the meetings can be shorter and more focused on what actually needs to happen, what's the new actions coming out of that meeting. Otherwise, if you don't put it in your report and you just say it at the meeting, people will then ask follow-up questions and you can get involved in a discussion about something that's already done. Always come prepared, have a laptop at all meetings, or if you don't have a laptop, copies of documents printed out, labelled. Guaranteed not every committee member has read everything that's been sent to them. So if they say, what was that quote? What was the warranty on that light that you want to put in the garden? If you've got a copy of it in your hand, you can pull it out and answer the question. If you don't have that level of preparation, often things get deferred and they'll ask you follow-up questions. You've got to go away and come back to them by email. Anytime committees say, look, we can't decide that today, why don't you send us an email after the meeting and we'll decide? I just stutter at that because it never resolves the issue quickly, and there's usually then 10 more questions that come from the answer to the first question. So the more you can get out of the way at the meeting is best for everybody. Do the reporting up to date. If you've got a meeting on the 28th of the month and you don't send your report till the end of the month, just send it early and make that as comprehensive as you can. And as I say, you can just say, look, I'm putting my report on the records. Does anyone have any questions? If not, we're going to take that all of that is read and understood. You don't need to rehash everything in there. And having those physical reports is also strategically great for managers, because if the committee ever turns on you and says, look, the manager's hopeless and we want to terminate them, you can then say, look, I can actually send these last 15 reports to owners and say, look, I'm actually doing a really good job. Here's all the evidence. This is where I've asked the committee 7 times for an answer on the maintenance, and you've got proof. Having that record, as much as it probably takes a bit of extra effort, you're building that sort of resume of evidence that you are a comprehensive manager. It's something that's your document. It's not a body corporate record, it's your record, and you can then give it to prospective new committees if you're looking at purchasing other managed fronts. Provide quotes with your summary, your explanation, at least a week before the meeting. If you've got a big meeting and you give quotes on the night, they're not going to get dealt with. So if you've given it a week before, then you can say, look, I gave you these quotes a week ago. Does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, are we ready to vote on them? Review the previous minutes to make sure all your action items are completed, or you can give a substantial update. It's not a good look for us or for you if the committee says, what about that thing we decided at the last meeting? And you've got to flick through the minutes to remember what it was that we agreed to do. Always give those a review. I'd say like 2 weeks to a month before the meeting. So if you did miss something, you can do it. And at the meeting, you've already done it.